I caught my wife cheating on hidden camera, and this is how it destroyed everything. I never imagined I'd become the kind of man who'd spy on his own wife. I always thought that kind of paranoia belonged to insecure, controlling husbands in bad TV dramas. But something wasn't right. Started with the small things. Late nights at work that stretched into the early morning. Texts she wouldn't let me see, typed with her back turned to me. That distant, vacant stare when we sat together, like her mind was always elsewhere. I tried to ignore it, telling myself it was just stress or burnout. But no matter how hard I tried to push away the unease in my gut, it stayed. Until one night I made a decision that would change everything. I bought cameras. Tiny, hidden, nearly invisible. I installed them myself, carefully choosing spots she wouldn't notice. The living room, kitchen, hallway. I told myself it was for clarity, for peace of mind. But in truth, I think I already knew what I was going to find. First, nothing. For days, I reviewed every recording, heart pounding, but all I saw was normal life. She'd come home, cook dinner, watch TV, scroll on her phone, then fall asleep. I even began to hate myself for doubting her. Maybe I was crazy. Maybe I was just jealous or too sensitive. But then came that night. The night everything I thought I knew shattered. Her name was Lena. We met during our first year at university. Young, wild, unstoppable. She was everything to me. Fierce, brilliant, with a laugh that could light up any room. We spent late nights sharing secrets, dreaming about the future, promising we'd always be each other's safe place. Eventually we married, bought a house, filled it with memories, lazy Sunday breakfasts, quiet rainy nights, holiday traditions, and whispered dreams about starting a family. She was my wife, my best friend, my everything. Or so I believed. That Thursday night she said she had another late shift at work. She kissed me goodbye like she always did and left. I sat there staring at the screen, watching the empty house, almost laughing at myself for going this far. I was just about to shut it off when the door opened. She walked in, and she wasn't alone. There was a man behind her. A confident stranger. But she looked at him as though he belonged there. She smiled, radiant and comfortable in a way that tore through me. No hesitation. No guilt. They moved around the house like they'd done it many times before. Removing shoes, laughing softly, exchanging small kisses as they settled onto the couch we picked out together. The way she looked at him. The way he touched her. It wasn't some fleeting fling. It wasn't a mistake. This was something that had been growing right under my nose. Something familiar. I sat there frozen, watching every second, unable to look away. They kissed like there were no secrets between them, touching, laughing, in our home, surrounded by our life. I felt like a ghost watching strangers live the life I thought was mine. She didn't look ashamed. She didn't even glance toward the cameras. Her face was calm, content, like this was just another normal night for them. I watched long after they were gone, replaying it over and over, looking for anything that could soften the blow, any detail that might change the meaning. But there was nothing to misinterpret. It was betrayal, naked and undeniable. That night, I didn't confront her. I didn't shout or scream. I didn't even cry. I just sat there in the dark, hollowed out from the inside. When she returned, she greeted me as if everything was normal. Kissed my cheek, asked how my day was, and laughed like she hadn't just destroyed me hours earlier. Smiled back, played along. Pretended I wasn't slowly unraveling inside. After that, everything blurred. Days passed where I barely recognized myself, going through the motions, pretending to be the husband she believed I still was. But the worst part wasn't the cheating. It was how effortlessly she played both roles, the loving wife and the secret lover, seamlessly switching between them without missing a beat. At night, lying beside her, I wondered how she could sleep so peacefully while I lay wide awake, drowning in what I'd seen. I rewatched the footage countless times. Not to punish myself, but because I needed it to feel real. To accept that the woman I trusted most was capable of this. And then came the final breaking point. One afternoon I came home early, quietly slipping through the door. She didn't hear me. She was on the phone, her voice soft, sweet, the same voice she used to use with me. She laughed, whispered intimate words, shared plans for the future. But they weren't meant for me anymore. I stood there listening, everything inside me breaking for the last time. No anger. No grief. Just emptiness. That night something inside me settled. I wasn't sad anymore. I wasn't afraid. I was done. While she hummed in the kitchen, casually preparing dinner, I sat at the table watching her. Not with love, but with the cold clarity of a man who'd finally seen the truth. She smiled at me, eyes still sparkling like they used to. But I felt nothing. "We need to talk," I said, voice calm and even. She turned, her smile slipping slightly. "What's wrong?" I didn't answer with words. I simply unlocked my phone and pressed play. The video lit up the room. Her laughing and kissing him on our couch. Her face drained of color. She watched, eyes wide, mouth slightly open, frozen in horror. Silence stretched thick between us. Then the excuses started. "It's not what it looks like," she stammered, her voice breaking. I laughed. Not out of humor, but because there was nothing left to feel. "It's exactly what it looks like." Her knees gave out beneath her, and she collapsed to the floor, sobbing and begging, clinging to my hand. "I'm sorry. Please. It was a mistake. We can fix this. I love you." Her words meant nothing. I looked at her. Not with love, not even with hate. Just indifference. "You're not sorry for what you did," I told her quietly. "You're just sorry you got caught." Her wailing grew louder, but I was already gone, in every way that mattered. I gently pulled my hand away, stood up, and gave her the last words I would ever speak to her. "Goodbye." Her cries echoed behind me as I walked away, but they didn't reach me. That night I packed a small bag. No dramatic speech. No accusations. I simply left. Because betrayal doesn't just end a marriage. It kills the version of yourself that trusted, that loved without question. I moved into a small apartment. Nothing fancy. Some nights were hard. The memories haunted me like ghosts. But slowly, the pain faded, replaced by something sturdier. Clarity. She kept reaching out. Calls, texts, long emails filled with apologies and promises. I ignored them all. Not out of bitterness, but because I had nothing left to say. Forgiveness wasn't for her. It was for me. I forgave her quietly, not to fix anything, but to free myself from the weight of it all. She lost me the moment she chose to betray me. And I found myself the moment I realized I had always been enough. As I shut the door to that chapter for good, one thing became crystal clear. Closure doesn't always come from apologies or explanations. Sometimes it comes from finally walking away, and never looking back. Because people like her aren't sorry for the betrayal. They're only sorry they lost the comfort of having you. And the strongest words you'll ever say aren't, "I forgive you." They're, "I'm done."